Every day as a therapist and a suicidologist, I support others through their struggles, some through their darkest days. But there's something I rarely share. I know what it's like to live with PTSD firsthand. It's not a story I tell very often, but I'm realizing now that maybe it's time. When I was young, my mother was murdered by somebody I knew, somebody we'd cared for, somebody who lived in our home. And shortly after, I lost my father to cancer. Both gone, abandoned. I was left alone when I needed them the most. Unfortunately, a lot of other bad things happened after they died. It led to homelessness, housing instability, poverty, and a lot of assholes that wanted to take advantage of my circumstances. Some of them I escaped, some I did not. That trauma did not fade. It buried itself deep, shaping me in ways I couldn't fully understand. Even as I trained to become a therapist, I kept a lot of this hidden, buried beneath the surface, under masks of resiliency and independence. You see, living with PTSD is not just flashbacks or anxiety. It's the isolation. It's the feeling that no one could truly understand the pain. For years, I was notoriously private, secretive, hiding my struggles and burying my emotions so deep they became part of my internal hell I can't escape some days. Carrying that weight alone became a twisted badge of strength for me. Trauma taught me not to trust anyone, to keep everyone at a distance. It made me very difficult to love, and it made it very hard for me to stay in love, all in the hopes to survive. I know it's a twisted idea, but that's trauma. But now I'm realizing that I don't have to do this alone. After spending years focusing on my career, pushing myself to work, achieve, and be strong, I finally reached a breaking point. I've started truly, for the first time, working on my trauma, realizing that maybe it's okay to let people in and to let them know who I am, not just what I'm capable of doing for them. PTSD can make us feel cut off from everyone, like the pain is too big, too complicated for others to understand. I created this series in a way of breaking that isolation, breaking the stigma. By sharing my story, I hope to connect with you, especially those of you who still feel in the dark. I'm learning to see myself with compassion. And if you're in that place, I want you to know you're not alone. If any of this resonates, I hope you follow along as I share what I'd wished I'd known about PTSD, trauma, and the journey of healing and post-traumatic growth. We don't have to navigate this alone. Let us find a path forward together.